this is Julie from RV Tips and Bits. I just thought I wanted to add a video covering the new Mercedes Sprinter 2020. That's what we have on our new Integra Quest 2020. But it could be good information to anybody and everybody that has a Mercedes Sprinter. Some of the key things that we learned, especially at the very beginning, you don't want to get frustrated like we did for 45 minutes in a parking lot, is when your key fob, because it's a non-key start, you just press the button. When that message comes up and says, place the key fob in the marked space. Where is the marked space? So I already have a quick video on that where it is, where it shows it to you, but basically go over to where your navigation system is, your dashboard there, go straight down below towards the floor, towards the back. You will find a hole that you stick that entire key fob in and it clicks in, and then your engine will start. They tell me it's because of the batteries in the key fob, but I have replaced the batteries and I still get that message no matter what. Occasionally, it's kind of intermittently. The second thing is diesel. Obviously, it's diesel. Do not forget, do whatever you have to do to make sure that you know you are putting diesel in the gas tank. I've read many stories of people having frustrations of putting regular gas in and then going through all the expense that it takes to have that resolved. Also, I've also learned that some of the gas stations, when you go up to them, even though it's a green handle, it's not necessarily just diesel. I almost put biodiesel, which is, I guess, some form of diesel, but not what should be going in the Mercedes Sprinter. So be sure that you are at a true diesel pump when you go to put gas in your tank. Also, when you're done camping, you probably know this from previous motorhomes you might have had, or trucks or vehicles that you store for a while. Keep your gas full, always full to the top. That doesn't allow any space or air that can cause moisture and problems within the gas tank. I do the same thing with the propane. I always keep that full for the most part. The other one is the DEF. Now that you have a diesel motorhome or a diesel Mercedes, they have a DEF, which is the diesel exhaust fluid, and they've made it easier and easier where they're locating it. Pretty much just lift up the hood, you'll see it right there in front where it says DEF, and you want to keep that full, but you don't want to keep too many gallons of that stacked up in your garage. They do expire. I have read recent stories on people that have used expired DEF and it did not work and it caused a lot of problems. So just keep it filled, or at least 2/3 filled, and just keep topping that off with a new gallon every time you have a chance or you're out and about. But do not store it. It's not worth taking the chance. It's only like $11 for a box of it. The final thing is we added, it does come with tire pressure monitoring. I mean, you can go to the keyboard and see, okay, what are my tire pressures and those kind of things. But if you do have a Mercedes Sprinter as part of a motorhome or maybe even towing, you really want to consider getting a tire pressure monitoring system where there are little caps that go on your tire valves for the entire Sprinter, and then you can even add them to whatever you're towing. And then there's a little electronic reader that sits on your dashboard that will tell you all the time what is the tire pressure and what is the heat, the temperature of the tire. So those things in combination, obviously you can know up front if you're about to have a tire blow or go flat. Otherwise, you're just constantly looking, and trying to track through your other tire pressure monitoring. I mean, eventually they will do an alarm that says, I'm sure, tire pressure low. But when I'm driving, I know it makes me feel a lot better that I can just see constantly what's happening with the tire pressures. The front tire pressures are supposed to be 61, cold. Cold meaning they are not running at all, not necessarily cold temperature outside. And 58 for the back tires. Try to stay at that as close as possible. You don't really want to go over, because if you go on any trip that's more than, you know, a couple hours long, those tire pressures really start to move up. And as you set your tire pressure monitoring screen, you also set it for alarms to say if it reaches this point, you know, it's going to go off. So, you know, just be careful. You know, if you set it for, you know, the tire pressure is at 58 in the back, I mean, they can easily get up to 70 while you're driving. And it will show you within that kit that you buy, you know, what recommended percentage high or low that you want to go when it comes to the temperature or the pressures. That's really it. I just wanted a quick video on some things that we learned with the new Mercedes Sprinter. Still learning a lot on that front cab area. And we'll do other videos as we get more into detail. All right, thank you. Have a good one, and go ahead and hit that subscribe, and it'll keep popping up with all kinds of new information down the road. Thank you.